Be open to the possibilities of life. Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm Tre'bion. Today I am really on a time crunch. I know I said that the last few videos, but today for real, we have like about an hour to do our makeup. So we're not going to do eyeshadow, but we do have to do a full face because we're going to shoot for a brand today. So our makeup got to be flawless. Let me just go ahead and get started and let's go. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm up at 5 a.m. but I didn't wake up. Actually got to bed till about 6. Got out to bed, did a little workout, which I'm proud of because I really didn't want to do that. And then I had to take down my braids, wash my hair, and get re-braided up. Shout out to Passion for re-braiding my hair up because it would have taken me a lot longer had she not been here. You have not watched the podcast with Preston Morrison and Tim Ross? Watch it. It's called How to Steward a New Beginning. It is so good. Oh my gosh, they have some really good gems, and there's like an hour and a half long. It didn't feel like it. I honestly could have wanted them to go longer. It really hit home for me because I feel like I'm in this season where God has me about to not transition, well yeah, kind of transition, but also I've already started a new thing and now I'm in it, but I'm still new. So everything that they talked about is just, God really does like the small things, because they pointed out like when whatever you're in is small, that's when you see the bigness of God. I was like, dang, that really hits home, because when you're in a small thing, all you can do is depend on God. When it gets big, you kind of be like, all right, I got this, and he's like, I like the small thing. And I think that, I know that's where I'm at right now, is I'm in a small thing right now with God, and we are rocking this thing out. Am I terrified? 100% yes, very much terrified, but I'm in it to win it. What's your week? It is a new week. It is now March, a new month. My last week was, I'm not gonna say horrible, but some moments really tested my faith, but I thank God that I'm where I'm at now, that what happened this past week happened now as opposed to a few months ago, because a few months ago probably would have been my 13th reason, but this time I was able to just pray about it and keep it pushing, and God made a way. Because I'm still going through something, I'm not gonna touch on it yet, but once I get past it, maybe I'll tell y'all about this season that I'm in. I'm definitely going to call this season my Job season. But how was your life? Hopefully, you know, you have some good moments that you can smile about. My eyebrows already look different. Okay, cool. We gotta keep summertime is coming up. This is usually when people do a lot of group trips. I can't tell you the last time I did a group trip, because once you get on solo traveling, baby, it's gonna be hard to get back to traveling with groups, especially girls trips. You can be like, why would I do that when I can travel by myself and have as much fun by myself, probably even more fun. How to travel by yourself, how to get the most bang for your buck. The last place I traveled to solo was Aruba, and oh my gosh, when you talk about a beautiful island, it was so gorgeous, and I felt super safe out there. So I feel like the first thing you need to do is research places that you want to travel to. Aruba had been on my list for some years, and sometimes it don't happen in the time that you want it to happen, but I've been doing research. And one of the ways, you know, TikTok, you're gonna be your best friend. Going on, you know, travel blogs and stuff. Instagram, just any type of social media. In a day and age of social media, I feel like it helps a lot with traveling. Like it takes away some of the fear that you may have about traveling, because there are so many resources for you to figure out kind of, you know, what to expect before you get to a place. It really helps with you kind of like easing the anxiety you may have around going to a place, because there's always some type of resource to let you know from people that have been before you, you know. So when I went to Aruba, it kind of was a last minute trip, So I paid whatever the price was. Like I think I looked for like maybe a couple weeks before I ended up buying my flight ticket on Google Flights. That's my favorite place to look. I know people talk about like Skyscanner or Skiplight. I think there's another one people talk about, but Google Flights is usually the place that I go to look for flight prices. But with Aruba being so last minute, I just had to pay whatever the price was. And I don't recall it being that expensive. Like it may have been like $300 for my flight. I think it was June when I went to Aruba. The weather was nice. There were some days that rained. It was hot, but like it's an island, so duh. It was just so beautiful. And I've been like, anytime somebody asks me about a place to go, I'd be like Aruba. Go on a solo trip to Aruba. You're gonna enjoy it so much. One thing I don't like is when you're telling somebody that you went somewhere or you're thinking about going somewhere and the first thing they want to bring up is something negative. Don't put your negativity into my plans. Like I was telling this girl about Aruba, she's like, I just heard they was doing such and such over there. And I'm like, I don't know none about that, girl. When I went, clearly I made it back safely. I can't, like, I understand there's one thing to be cautious, but sometimes I feel like people will tell you things to like deter you from going somewhere. Like there are certain places like I just wouldn't go by myself. Egypt, I hear, or Morocco, yeah, I hear Morocco is not a good place to go by yourself. So I wouldn't go, but I've, you know, pick and choose your battles. Don't try to tell me something negative to stop me. Now talking about the flights. If you have more time and if you are open, that's one thing to be open about solo traveling. Like you may have a destination, but if you're just trying to take a quick little trip somewhere, you're like, I gotta get away. Google Flights. What you want to do is put your destination, so whatever airline you're leaving out of, and then leave the other two places blank, and it will show you the flights that are the cheapest within a certain time frame. Like even leave your time frame blank. I'm gonna put in like a clip of me walking through it so you can actually see what I'm saying. But that's how you see like the cheapest flights if you're just open to anything. That's one thing to be so like when you're looking to travel solo, is be open-minded, be flexible, because you may be able to find a ticket somewhere for $150 because you was just open. Do Google alerts too, that helps. Another thing that goes in with being flexible is being open to like living arrangements. I'm not saying stay in no Motel 8 or stay somewhere that's in the hood, because I also will not do that. That ain't my what's the name. But like I am very much open to Airbnbs, and I know how people feel about them. But my Airbnb in Aruba, I stayed there for an entire week, less than $600. And it was nice as heck too. And I rented a vehicle because the island's small and they drive on the same side as the US. You don't have to worry about that. My rental for the week, less than $300. I was looking at hotels like, oh, maybe I want to stay in an all-inclusive. Baby, they was expensive. So expensive. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really open to that. And I was end up doing like what is it called, parasailing, when you on the back of the boat and they put you up in the air. That's parasailing, right? Yeah, I was on there with some other, you know, people, and we got to talking. Yeah, guys should have just rented a car. They said they spent like almost double what I spent for some bikes that they got. I said, oh, y'all got jet. I said, well, next time you need to do a little more research. And I told them the same thing I just told y'all, and they were just like blown away, like, what? I can't believe it. Yeah, babes. If I can save some coin, I'm gonna save it, okay? I don't believe in having to pay full price for anything, for real. Love my Airbnb. So cute. It was a new place. So I actually ended up having an entire place to myself. I had the pool, it had 2 pools, jacuzzi there, the place I stayed in. It had, you know, the bathroom, walk-in shower, it had a kitchen, it had like a little living room area. I was good for a week. I rented another place first on Airbnb, and I got there and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And sometimes you take your L's. I wasn't able to get my money back, but I knew I wasn't going to stay there for the week. I would have been very miserable. Very much worth it. I didn't spray it all. I'm so glad that that did not touch my face. Look what I was about to put on me. Lace glue spray. I'm glad that did not hit my face. Oh my goodness. My makeup wouldn't have went nowhere, but I probably would have broke out or something. Cause that was crazy. I had a really good time in Aruba. The beach is beautiful. I think my favorite beach out there was, it wasn't Eagle Beach. It was, dang, it was the first beach I went to when I got out there. And I can't seem to think of it. It's the one, it's like not too far by a lighthouse if you've ever been. There's like a lighthouse I seen. Arashi? Maybe Arashi Beach? I don't know, I could be making that up. That sounds like it. The only thing that I didn't like was that you had to pay for, of course, everything's a business. They got people out there selling the chairs with the umbrellas and stuff. Wasn't that expensive though, because they would let you keep them for the whole day. But they would leave early. Like from 8, like they, I guess it's a business. They got business hours 8 to 4, but it's like, dang, after y'all leave, I still want to be at the beach. Sorry, I was in that beach, in that water, chilling. And you can see fishes. I was, one of them days, I seen a fish and I wasn't expecting it, so I'm like freaking out. And this man, he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, there's fishes in here. And he was like, well, yeah. I mean, it is the ocean, but like, I don't know what I was thinking. Have I been in the ocean before at this point? I've been to the DR before then. But I don't know, something about them fishes swimming so close to me had your girl freaked out. I keep saying this, but solo traveling is all about being flexible and being open to new adventures. You can't go out solo and then be like closed off. I mean, you can if you want to, but you're not gonna be able to have the full experience. Cause people be in your business when you solo, especially when you look good. And they're like, what you doing here by yourself? And you have the discernment to know who to tell that you by yourself or you not. Cause some people are crazy. Thank God that I've been protected and I've never had anything crazy happen. Actually, only time I've had something crazy happen is when I was with the crew. And that was when we went to the Virgin Islands. We went to St. Thomas and it was like clocking our moves. It was very strange. Like they knew exactly what we was doing and how many of us it was. Super strange. Didn't like that. But yeah, as a solo person, I feel like I felt very safe. And also I move pretty smart. I don't go out late at night for real. Like I think the latest I was out one day was like midnight, but I was in a very, what's the word? Heavily trafficked area. Not like trafficked, but like there were a lot of people around, is what I'm trying to say. All right, and then I took myself out to dinner one day, sitting at the bar, and I kept making eye contact with this man. I knew exactly what I was doing. And we started talking. He showed me around for the rest of the night. I can't think of his name, but thank you to the nice young man. Well, he wasn't no young man, he was an older man, but thank you to him. Cause after dinner, I really don't walk around, but you know, it's better if you got somebody that's pretty local. Everywhere we went was walkable, cause I was like, oh, you wanna go to the other side? I'm not getting in your car with you, and I don't feel like moving my car either. So no. And he's like, oh no, we can fight. Yeah, I bet you we can. I'm not getting no car with you, stranger. We went to one place, the girls were standing on the bar. After that, we went to like a little speakeasy, and they had, this espresso martini I had, probably the best espresso martini I've ever had. It was so good. I don't know what they did, I can't remember what was in it, but it was too good. And the place looked like kind of like a library. What was it called? I can't think of what it was called. But it looked like a library inside there. Then after that place, we went to, I was like, well, I want to smoke some hookah. I want to smoke hookah. And he took me to this other spot that had hookah. He didn't even smoke, but we was out late that night. It was pretty late that night. But I was with him, so I felt like okay enough. And he seemed to have known people. And again, we were all with everywhere we went was walking distance, so I wasn't far from my car at any point I wanted to leave. Still very much safe, very much sound and aware of my surroundings. I didn't get too lit about my Airbnb. It was kind of like ducked off, so the streets didn't have a lot of lights, like street lights. But that was like a lot of places in Aruba. And then they got 1,000,001, what do you call them, roundabouts. You can go through like 10 roundabouts in 5 minutes. That's how crazy it is. I'm never open to that. I would never have that to make friends with kind of like the people that you're staying with. So the host of the Airbnb, I was very much talking to them like, hey, y'all need to see me. They asked me where I was going. Some days I would tell them, some days I wouldn't. Because I'm like, y'all a little too in my business. I asked them for recommendations. They gave me some spots to go to. I went to one spot that the host, he told me to go, like, oh, let them know that such and such sent you discount. Love that for men. You just gotta be open to the possibilities of life. When you travel solo, you can make up a whole list of things that you wanna do. If the day comes and you decide, you know what, I actually don't wanna do any of that I said, guess what? You don't have to do it, because why? You're by yourself. You're on your own time. You can do what you do and do not please to do. Who gonna check you, boo? Nobody, exactly. Yeah, I lost track of time. I think I lost track of time. I just forgot I was supposed to be talking to y'all. But solo travel is really the bee's knees. You get to move around when you feel like it or when you don't feel like it. You don't have anybody else's attitudes, problems, situations, or whatever interfering with your trip. You can meet other people. It doesn't cost as much more than it costs to travel with the group. And I would much rather foot the bill of my own trip and know that I'm gonna have a blast than to, go on a group trip and maybe have a good time. Because who wants that? Well, there we go. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you watched this far, hopefully you've gained some tips and I've converted you over to wanting to travel solo for your next trip. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Please know that God loves you so much. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye.